In pre-independent India, right to freedom or right to liberty were distant dreams for women. They were trapped behind veils. But one girl from a Parsi family in Maharashtra fought for not just hers, but for every woman's rights. She was denied a degree for 30 years, forced to do odd jobs in courts. She was once asked to defend an elephant when she wanted to fight for women and children. But she persisted and became an icon for women everywhere. Born on 15 November 1866 in Devlali near Nashik, Cornelia's father Sorabji Karsetji and mother Francina Ford made sure all their children received English education, despite disapproval from many of the society. After studying at mission schools, Cornelia enrolled at DeccanCollege, Pune. But she had to face opposition from her peers and professors. Some boys in her class would often slam classroom doors on her face to discourage her from attending classes. But she was determined. Pursued literature and graduated with a first-class degree in 1888, becoming the first woman graduate from MumbaiUniversity. She topped the class but was denied the Oxford scholarship that was usually given to the topper of the year. Sorabji wrote to some influential English women in Mumbai and Pune for assistance. And with their help, she travelled to London in 1889 and joined the prestigious SomevilleCollege at Oxford University there, becoming the first woman to study law at Oxford. In 1892, she became the first woman to pass Bachelor of Civil Law from Oxford University. But Oxford withheld her degree because women were still not allowed to register as advocates. Disheartened, she returned to India in 1894, but the situation back home was the same. She wanted to help the purdanasheens, women who had to be behind veils at all times and were not allowed to talk to anyone apart from their families. Cornelia wasn't allowed to defend them in courts, but was given a special permission to enter pleas on their behalf before British lawyers. She completed LLB from Mumbai University in 1897 and pleader's exam of Allahabad High Court in 1899. But she was still not recognized as a barrister. She was often mocked for her service, but Cornelia did not give up. And over the next 20 years, she selflessly helped hundreds of women and children fight legal battles, often pro bono. 5 years later, she was allowed to assist in some court cases. In 1920, Oxford University finally started awarding degrees to women. And London Bar too opened doors for women with law degrees to practice law. Almost 30 years after passing her exams, Cornelia travelled to London once again in 1920 to collect her degree. 2 years later, she was called to the London Bar. In 1924, even India opened its courtrooms for women. Cornelia returned to Calcutta and enrolled as a barrister at the High Court, becoming the first woman to practice law in India too. She retired from law in 1929 and completely devoted herself to social work. 2 years later, she moved to London. Cornelia passed away on 6 July 1954 at the age of 88. In 2012, her bust was unveiled at London. On her 150th birth anniversary in 2016, SomevilleCollege launched the Cornelia Sorabji Scholarship in Law. A Google Doodle was also created to celebrate her 151st birthday on 15 November 2017.